Hi, this is Mrs. Clark, and I'm going to go through these reflection notes. Now, I've tried to record this video a few times, so I already have my paper filled out, but I'm going to go through it step by step with you. If I end up going really quickly and you need to catch up, feel free to pause just to catch up and then unpause to listen to my explanation. I'm probably going to do this in 2 videos, one for each of the orange papers. All right, so the first one here, we're reflecting across the y-axis. So that's the vertical axis. You'll notice the y is up here. So I've darkened in that with using a highlighter. You could use a marker, something where you can say a defined line of reflection. And so that's going to help us because in order to create this reflected image over here, I need to take each point and I need to find out how far from this line is it so that I can go the other direction in equal amount. So you'll notice I is 2 blocks to the right. I'm going to go 2 blocks to the left for my I prime. H was 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks to the left for H prime. J is 2 blocks to the right. I'm going to go 2 blocks to the left for my J prime. And then I'm going to connect each one and just do a quick visual check to make sure they look symmetrical, to make sure this line looks like it's in the middle and I didn't goof up and accidentally move over a box by mistake. So reflections are pretty easy. You're just counting how far is it from on one side of the line and matching it to be the mirror image on the other side of the line in equal distance away. So number 2 is reflection across the x-axis. So this time we're doing the horizontal axis. And it's the same idea. I'm just going to count how far below the line is the point and do the same going above the line. So I is 2 below. I'm going to go up 2 for I prime. H is 1, 2, 3 below. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 for H prime. J is 1, 2, 3, 4 below. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 for J prime. G is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for G prime. I'm going to make sure I connect these in the same order that they're connected in down here. Otherwise, my shape is going to look super weird. It actually does look a little bit weird. I didn't use a ruler to connect them, so it ended up being a little wiggly right here, which made the shape look fatter. But if I turn it on the side and I look at it, it does look like a little pair of cat ears or maybe eyebrows. They do look very symmetrical, so I did a good job. I just could be a little more straight with a ruler maybe. All right, so now in the next group, we have different lines that we're reflecting over. In number 3, we're reflecting over the line x equals 1. And so that's this purple line right here. And this is the point, this is the line that's made up of all the points where it's 1 something. So 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, negative 2. All make this vertical line right here that crosses the x-axis. It's parallel to the y-axis, but it's crossing the x-axis because they share x values. That's why it's x equals. So again, I just counted W, 1 to the left, so W prime, 1 to the right. V, 1 to the left, V prime, 1 to the right. U, 1, 2, 3 to the left, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right for U prime. T, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 for T prime. Connect them in the correct order, and then look at them to make sure that they are matching symmetrically. For number 4, I'm going to have a similar line I'm going to reflect across, except for this is a y equals line. This is y equals negative 2. So this is where all the values of the points are something negative 2. So if it's 5, negative 2, 4, negative 2, 3, negative 2, they all end up making this horizontal line that crosses the y-axis at negative 2. So here I'll notice that S and S prime are both on my line of reflection. So S prime is going to be exactly where S is. It's not going to move. T is going to be 2 below the line, so T prime will be 2 above the line. U is 3 below the line, so U prime will be 3 above the line. R is 1 below the line, R prime is 1 above the line. When you connect them, they should look like a mirror image, like a reflection, to make sure the angles are similar across the bottom to make the shape. Make sure they look like a good symmetrical shape, just to give it a good visual check to make sure you didn't make any mistakes. Now on the bottom here, we're going to be reflecting across diagonal lines because we defined reflections as lines of reflection that could be horizontal, vertical, or sloped in any direction. So this y equals x line is actually y equals 1x plus 0. If you're thinking back to algebra, that's where it crosses the origin at 0, and it has a slope of 1, so it goes up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. That makes this nice y equals x line with a positive 1 slope. So it's also the point where all the y's and the x's are equal. So it's where 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, all of those points would line up on this line. So what's different about this one when I go to do the reflection is that I have to count on the diagonal this time because I need my counting to be perpendicular to the actual line. So D, you'll notice, if I'm counting diagonally, I'm counting across the boxes. So diagonally across 1.5 boxes gets me to the line. So if I go a half box and then one more, that'll be where D prime goes. C is 1, 2, 3.5 boxes on the diagonal. So we have to go a half, then 1, 2, 3 for C prime. B is 1, 2, 3, 4 on the diagonal. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And if it helps you to draw this line in, you can, so that you're making sure you're counting directly on the diagonal lines. So once you connect them, just do that quick visual check. Yep, that's symmetrical. And I'm going to look at the next and last example. So number 6 is a reflection across the y equals negative x line. So that's y equals negative 1x plus 0. So it's the same as before, going through the origin, but now it's going down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. It has a negative slope. So it's the place where all the y's and the x's were almost equal, except for x is the negative version of y. Negative 1, 1, negative 2, 2, negative 3, 3, negative 4, 4. So again, we're going to count on the diagonal. J is a half a box above, so J prime is a half a box below. K is 1, 2 boxes above, so I'm going to go 1, 2 boxes below for K prime. L is 1, 2 boxes above, so 1, 2 diagonal boxes below for L prime. Just do a quick visual check. They do match and make a mirror image. So you're going to fold this paper in half. You're going to write reflection notes number 1 on it and glue this into your notebook, and then watch the next video for the second paper.